my mom says, go sit on the bed. And then all of a sudden, I just like, my mom's like, anyways, my mom saved my life. Hey everyone, I'm back with my last Vlogmas video. Today I thought I'd tell you a little story. So for my little story time, I'm just gonna talk about the time I got locked in my aunt's bedroom and my mom had to, well, do you know what? I'm going to save that part for the end because I don't want to give away, I don't want like any spoilers here. You're gonna have to wait till the end of the video to find out what happened. I was at my grandma's house, and when I was a kid, I used to go to my grandma's house a lot with my sisters. We used to have sleepovers and stuff, and we spent a lot of time there. One day, I was hanging out, playing, and I was like, I'm so tired, I want to go sleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go sleep in my aunt's bed. I was like, okay, Bubble, I'm gonna go take a nap. She's like, okay. So I go and I take a nap, and at the time, my grandma used to have these like child handles. There's the actual door handle and then this plastic cover that you had to press the two sides and hold the inside and twist it at the same time. So you have to press and turn. And I mean, when I closed the door behind me, I feel like we're getting a little lost in this story. I'm just gonna backtrack a little. So I told my grandma, I'm gonna go take a nap. She said, okay. So I walked in and I was like, okay, I'm gonna close the door behind me. And it was a really old door and had a really old lock, and I locked it. So not only did it have the child-proof handle, but it also had a lock that was very old and rusty. So then I go and I lay down, and literally, I think I'm in there for like an hour or something. So I got up and I tried to open the door and I couldn't unlock it. And I was like, oh my God. So then I tried doing it again and the lock wasn't turning, like it was fully stiff. Yeah, anyway, so I start freaking out. So I'm like, okay, Brianna, just chill. And I'm in there and I'm like trying to cool myself down, and I'm not trying to like alarm anyone or cause a panic right then and there. I wanted them to think that I was able to get out of the room. Anyways, a few minutes go by, my grandma calls me again, and she says, and she asks if everything's okay. And then this is when panic ensued. This room is in the front of the house, and she did have a window. I feel like I wasn't like street smart enough to know that I could punch out the screen and jump out. And plus, I was just scared. Like, I was terrified to be locked in there because I had to pee. Then I tell my grandma the situation, and she's like, oh my goodness, my sisters are on the other side. Like, I'm about to cry at this point. My grandma, she kept on trying to slide me things under the door to like try to open it. She was trying to explain things to me in Portuguese, and I'm like screaming to her in Portuguese on the other side of the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness, and my grandma didn't know what to do. So she calls my mom. So then I'm crying, obviously. My mom, being the good mother that she is, left work and she rushed over to the house, and she came, and my sisters are outside of the door, my grandma's too, and my mom's trying to talk to me and ask me to do a bunch of things that I already did, and then obviously I'm getting frustrated and she's getting like, oh my goodness. And she said like, open the window like so we can, and I couldn't even open the window. She asked me to open the window and I tried to pull it open and it wasn't opening. So the last resort was my mom went downstairs to the basement and she grabbed an axe. My mom says, go sit on the bed. And then all of a sudden, I just like, my mom's like, and I just see the axe go through the door. She literally axed down a full door, like the bottom half of the door. And then she made enough of a hole for me to like squeeze through it. So I got out, and I mean, that was my aunt's bedroom and my aunt's door. I literally thought at one point I was gonna pee on her bed. That would have been really bad. Because not only did my aunt walk in to her door like half gone, there would have also been pee on her bed. Anyways, my mom saved my life. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Happy holidays and have a happy new year. 2020 sounds super futuristic, so I hope it's good to you and your family and friends. See ya.